So, you've been struggling to get on a dopamine detox. I'll tell you why you're struggling. It's because you believe that there is such a thing as a 24-hour dopamine detox. It's because you think it's a quick fix. Hopping on a dopamine detox and then you can go back to your shit habits of overstimulation. So did younger me. And that's why it took him a lot of time to figure out, you know what, fucking hell, 24-hour dopamine, there's no such thing as that. Younger me thought if he had stayed away from Instagram for 3-4 days, or he stayed off YouTube, or he, didn't do the overstimulating habit, his dopamine receptors would somehow magically be healed. He thought if he just hopped on a quick 24-hour dopamine detox, then he could fix his years of overstimulation. He could just snap his fingers and somehow his brain would magically heal. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, bro. It don't work like that. I want you to understand that there is no such thing as a 24-hour dopamine detox. All these fuck-ass videos on YouTube, and all these channels that say, oh, but 7-day dopamine detox, and then they laugh like dumbasses. Oh, 24-hour dopamine detox. Oh, 72-hour dopamine. It's a lifestyle change. You have to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to stay away from all the overstimulating habits. Now, I'm not saying you stay away from them. Ideally, you want to cut them out entirely. But you're not going to be able to do that in just one day or a month. So instead, what you're going to do is you're going to have seasons in your life where you try to stay away. Eventually, you're going to build up those seasons and you're going to get to a point where you won't even look at the overstimulating stuff. Right? So first, you start off by cutting off Instagram, and then you start off by cutting off YouTube. And then as time goes on, you're going to realize, like, fuck, I don't even spend time on these platforms anymore. You need to make a commitment to yourself that I'm going to indulge as less as possible in these overstimulating habits, such as eating junk food, scrolling on social media, watching mindless bullshit YouTube videos, porn, and all this bullshit. Holy fuck. Oh, God. Shit. Because you need to understand, bro, you're taking shit away from your future self when you do all this shit. Right, when you indulge in instant gratification, you are taking happiness away from your future self to be delayed. You're causing him to look back at your younger self thinking, oh, you're such a dumbass. Only if you didn't. You don't want your future self to look at you like that. Of course not, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to delay gratification. We're going to meditate. We're going to journal. We're going to delay gratification so that future us can reap the rewards. We don't want to be fucking taking them fruits and not planting any seeds so that future us has to suffer. No, we're going to set him up for success. We're going to set him up so that when he's on a date, we're going to do this. We're going to delay gratification. We're going to stay away from the overstimulating stuff so that when he's on a date with a girl, he's going to be present with her. He's not going to wander off. His mind's not going to be distracted. He's not going to check his phone mid-conversation. Right? He's going to be present with the woman. He'll be allowed to give the woman the love she needs. The thing, because, bro, overstimulation is worse than you think. It's not just your ability to focus that is zapped. It's everything in your life. You won't be able to cultivate good relationships. You won't be able to work towards your goals and purpose. You will just be a dopamine fiend wanting more, constantly wanting more. It has to become your life. Taking a step back from all the overstimulation, this is what it takes to reset your dopamine baseline. Because, bro, the thing is, if you can't struggle to get on a dopamine detox, and first of all, fuck all this shit of a 24-hour dopamine detox. It's gay, okay? It's bullshit. You need to understand that right now, if you're struggling to get on it, your dopamine baseline is up here. It's up there. Why? Because of all the years of overstimulation you've done. It's years, bro. Of junk food, scrolling, porn, jacking off, dating apps. And you think by just you hopping on a 24-hour dopamine detox is going to fix all of that magically? Lower the ego, young man. Lower it, man. I wish someone had told me this when I was younger. I used to think, oh, but if I just stay off social media for one day, maybe then I can focus on to study for my exams. And guess what happened? I couldn't study because my focus was fucked. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't work on the things that meant to me. Why? Because I couldn't focus. And of course, I'll take 100% accountability. I failed. I fucked up my own dopamine receptors. I messed up. I don't want the same to happen to you. There is so much you're doing that is messing up your dopamine baseline so much that you're just in this constant cycle of you do a very high dopamine activity and then your baseline goes up and then you crash. And when you crash below baseline. So your dopamine spikes. It goes below baseline. That's why you want more. And you're in this constant cycle of wanting more. So that the little things, they don't give you any dopamine anymore. They don't give you any sort of satisfaction. So you're just this dopamine fiend who just keeps wanting more. And now you don't even know what normal is anymore. It's like when you, like the guys who watch my channel, it's the best thing I can say is it's like when you fap the first time. You know, when you fap the first time, it feels good, but once you get a couple years deep into it, it's you start to just do it out of impulse. You just start to do it out of fucking because you're addicted, not because you want to feel good. So that's the thing. A month of no fap is not going to fix several years of you jerking off. Death gripping your cock is not going to fix it. But what it's going to do, it's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you make progress in it. It's not going to fix it entirely. It's going to take time. This is what I'm trying to say. It's going to take time. But look at that as a good thing. Don't look at it, oh man, what's the point of even trying? No. So how do you fix it? How do you fix your burden of not trying to get onto a dopamine detox? Well, step fucking zero, like I said before, is realizing it's going to take time. You know, it's going to take some days, weeks, months to truly repair your mind. The good part is that you won't even feel like it's taken you that long, because once you're a week deep into your decently good dopamine detox, you're gonna start to enjoy life. You're gonna start to love the process. You know, now, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it. You know, I'm not gonna say bullshit like, oh, but day 3 and you're gonna timeline like day 90 on NoFap. No, fuck. What type of cock measuring contest is this now? Trying to get onto streaks? No, fuck the streaks. Right? The first couple days, it's gonna be hard, but it's just like any other drug. You're gonna get those urges to go on Instagram and scroll, or go on YouTube and scroll, and waking up and scrolling, but you have to fight that. And eventually you do that for long enough, it's gonna build a habit. And once you're in that habit, then you're gonna start to feel better. You know, understanding that it's gonna take time, and understanding that a few 24-hour dopamine detox, fucking hate those channels, bro, holy shit. But it's not gonna fix the years of overstimulation. I promise you, bro, I'll give you my fucking word on this. If you start now, if you start today, you're gonna feel a lot better in a few days or in a week. A month from now, you're gonna feel a lot better. Honestly, trust me, because then your dopamine baseline has returned to its natural state. You know, it's sort of come down a little bit. You know, and then you can start to enjoy the little things. You know, some of the habits that you can do are reading, journaling, you know, visualizing, meditations. All of these delayed gratification activities are going to help you to reset your dopamine baseline. A really nice book that I do recommend you guys read is Dopamine Nation by Dr. Anna Lembe. I don't even know how to say her last. Right there. One thing I've learned from reading this book is when you lean towards pain, you can get pleasure. That's why after a very hard, grueling session, you sort of feel good. That's when the endorphins start kicking in. You know, that's when your dopamine baseline spikes. That's why after a cold shower or like cold exposure, you feel good. And sometimes you feel good for hours on end. So start by these delayed gratification activities. Bro, I'm telling you, in the beginning it's gonna suck, but this is what it takes to improve your mental health. And eventually, your brain's gonna adapt to the low dopamine habits. And eventually, it's going to reset its dopamine baseline. Why you're struggling? Because you think there's a 24-hour dopamine detox. It's a lifestyle change. You have to step away from all the bullshit, you know? Get rid of this idea of doing it quick. What's the point of doing a fast dopamine detox? It doesn't make any sense. It's not good either. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video, man. Remember, where could discipline take you? Take care. Mwah. See you, man.
I know consistency is key, but it's hard to stay consistent when you're in the mix and consistently a G. I'm still dishing out them keys, so I'm sorry if you're missing me on beats. Wanna know why I'm missing? Listen to me please. I walk around town with enough jewels to change a nigga's life, so I gotta keep a pack that will take a nigga's life. And all them races on my back, police chases from a racist in the night. Now I'm with my niggas racing in the back. All I ever done was trap, then I changed it.